Third time's a charm. Hello. Welcome to Lisa's Painting Parties. Welcome to 2023. We are kicking off the new year with a fun surprise painting party for everyone tonight. So I do hope that you can join me. If you are not able to join along with me right now in this moment, it's totally fine. You'll be able to rewatch this event on my Facebook page under the videos tab, and you'll also be able to watch it on my YouTube channel as well. So it'll be available on those platforms if you are not able to join in right away. If you are, yay, this is going to be fun. So as I mentioned in the description and in the posts, this is an event where I do not have a reference image that I am working off of, so I don't have a finished product to show you. Instead, we're going to be creating something in real time together. So I have like a very basic like sketch of what I have as an idea of what I want to do. So that's kind of where I came to. So what I want to do is I want there to be a very bright, colorful sky. I'm doing it in like portrait mode. And I want there to be like sunbeams coming down. And then I'm thinking of having like steps or maybe like a path, maybe not steps, maybe like a stepping stone path. I'm not sure yet. Like a fence, and then maybe some like trees or something. So kind of random. I definitely like looked online and I saw like a couple of different paintings that inspired me, and I mismatched and kind of decided what I was most interested in playing with, and that's what I'm going to be putting together today. So I'll walk through it step by step, my thought process and how I'll go about creating this image. So again, if you are painting along with me, you are brave because we're going to be doing this all at once. At the same time, though, if you want to watch along and whatnot, and you have any comments, any suggestions as we go about, then we can also try to incorporate as we go through too. So it'll be kind of fun. And if it's not really your thing and you just want to see what it looks like, then in about 2 hours, there should be a finished product. So you can decide whether or not you want to take the time and actually paint it yourself too at that point. That's totally fine too. So yeah, so this live video will be available under the videos tab on my Facebook page for free after this session is done, and it will also be on my YouTube page as well under Lisa's Painting Parties, so you can watch it at either place if you're not able to join in right away. I will get started in just a moment or two. It's like raining here. I'm here in Ajax, Ontario, just outside of Toronto. If you'd like, feel free to like jump in the comments and let me know where you're tuning in from. I love to see everyone's tuning in from all over the place. I will go through what my supplies that I'll be using as well. So of course I have my canvas. This canvas I'm using is in a 12 by 16. All my supplies except for like my brushes I get from like Dollarama. So this is this like Dollarama dollar store paint. So everything I do is really accessible. So if you're just starting off and you don't really want to dive into like expensive products and whatnot, I am your girl. And I create my paintings all using pretty like cheap paint. So if I can create nice things, so can you. So the paints that I use predominantly are these Crafters acrylic ones from Deco Art. And if you have your basic colors, your like red, yellow, blue, your primary colors, and white and black, you can paint anything with them. Of course, when they're nicely priced, you can definitely jump and buy a bunch of different colors as well. It's always easier than having to mix them in the moment, but it's nice to mix colors too, because sometimes you can get like specific ones you like. I also use this one called Artist's Loft, and this one I did get from Michael's, which is an art store out here, and I do use these ones as well. So it's acrylic paint. This one has a bit of a shinier finish, so I kind of like it a little bit more. It's not very expensive either in terms of like amount of paint per liter and whatnot. Also, you have your water containers for your paint. I have my palette board and a variety of brushes. I recommend having at least like a large, a medium, and a fine tip. And again, that's just very basic. So as long as you have something very large that can allow you to have nice coverage of your canvas to get some nice broad strokes in. You have something medium and then something more fine tip, that's great. And then if you have other sizes or other ones too, that's totally fine as well. And I think that's about it. So we'll get started in just a moment. Hi, Mary Jane. Hi, Joanne. I'm glad you're joining again. It's nice to see similar names come up again. It's really exciting. I love to see that. Awesome. Yeah, so again, if you can't paint tonight, that's totally fine. You can always rewatch this later. And if you are painting along, or if you're watching this later, once it's all complete and you know what the painting is going to look like, please take a picture of your painting and share it with our group, because that's one of the most fun things to see how everyone has interpreted it. And again, you're more than welcome to just paint whatever you want. If you don't even want to follow along, you just want to have like a creative companion with you, feel free to do what you like that way as well. All right. So without further ado, let's get started by putting some color on this canvas. And I'm just going to get a bit of my reference. So I have the color combos that I wanted to use. I'm not showing the references that I have just because they're copyrighted and whatnot. So I don't, even though I'm taking components from things and different ideas, but I don't want to get into trouble with anyone's painting. So I'm not going to be painting exactly, obviously it's going to be a mishmash of like different ideas. Okay, so I'm going to set that up like that. Maybe move it down a smidge. All right, you can still see me a little bit. We got this going. Perfect. Okay, cool. So let's start it up. So like I said, I want to do a really bright, colorful, rainbow kind of sky happening. I think I'm going to start using, I'm going to get some white on my palette and some blue. So I'm going to start off with the Deco Art that I have, Peacock Blue. And I'm just going to put some on my palette like so. And I'm going to get some of my white. I use quite a bit of white when I paint it, so, ooh, excuse me. There we go. Quite a bit of white on there. I use white to blend often. And I think, yeah, no, we're going to start off with these colors, I think. No, I do want to add some more. I do. I'm going to put a bit of yellow on here. Time to get more yellow. There we go. A little bit of yellow. And why not for the group? Ooh, do I even have red here? I do not. So I'll use this red. Okay. Not going with any black. So that's kind of what I have on my palette so far. Just so I can start mixing some different values and whatnot. I'm going to get my big brush. This one's a size 16 or something. Like it's a really large one. Maybe not 16. Maybe, yeah, 16. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to get white paint. And I'm just going to start to put a little bit of white paint on the canvas. I like to do this first, and then I grab a little bit of my blue and start to mix it into the white paint. And I just am starting to just get it on, going kind of back and forth, willy-nilly, no specific way. I guess I'm kind of doing like crisscrosses. And I think I'm going to cover most of my canvas because I do want the sky to kind of peek through other things that I'll be doing with it. Okay, so I'm going to work a little like quickly to get the paint on. And by doing it, it already kind of has this like cloudy or cloud-filled sky vibe to it. So I like that. Although I am going to put some more colors into here in a little bit, but again, I just want to get a base on. And again, for anyone that might be tuning in and is confused about what I'm doing, there is no reference image for today. I have an idea and a very, very rough sketch of what I'd like to do, and we are going to create together. So if you want to join in on this kind of blind surprise, you're more than welcome to do it with me and paint along in the moment. Or if you're more of a safety first type of gal or guy, then feel free to wait until it's all done and see if you like the image before you decide to paint along. Or if you just want to paint along for fun, of course, you can go ahead and do so. But if you are painting, definitely take a picture and let me see what you're painting, because it's always fun to share and see. Okay, that's really pretty. I like that so far. It's very soft. It's, again, not all the brightness that I wanted yet, but I'm really digging the flowiness of this. The sky looks very, I don't know, like dreamlike. Just got some weird paint on that, so that's okay. I'm kind of thinking, how far down do I want to go? I'm going to put like some land down here. So I don't need to worry too much about going much further than this, I don't think. I think I'm good like that. Okay. Okay. I might use a little bit of water. Smooth it a smidge. I don't want it to go too far. Okay, cool. Now I do want to add some more color to this, so I think I'm going to get a little bit of my red and some white, just so it tones it down a bit. And I think I want to add some here, some like kind of sweepingness coming down. Okay. Now it's a little intense, so I'm just going to clean off my brush. And then I went back and I got a white. My white's going to be my way I'm going to blend it. I feel like my red paint is very thick. I wonder if it's drying out or something. Just going to get a bit of blue so I can start to get some different colors happening. Just going back and forth with the blue and the white. I put a little bit of reddy pinky in to kind of just make the sky a little brighter. Still want it to be mostly blue. I'm just kind of playing with it as I'm going. I don't want it to be just solid. I want it to be like feel very streaky, and there's lots of different brush strokes that you can see coming in here. Oh, it's kind of stormy sky. It's not really as colorful as I had initially anticipated. You know what, Carol? My mic might be a little bit funky. It's been giving me some issues, and I've tried to switch it over a few times, but it's just not. Technology is being very funky. I need to invest in a better mic. That's something I'll be saving up for in a little bit. Hi, Tracy. Happy New Year. Hi, Mary. Happy New Year to you, too. Hi, Melinda. Yeah, so sorry about the technical issues. Hopefully hopefully the connection stays up to par. We've had some issues in the past about that kind of sort of thing. Okay, I want to still play a little bit more with the colors. I want to get a bit of purple happening. Let's see. I'm going to bring a little bit in here. Still very reddish, I think, but it's okay. I'm just going to bring a little bit of streaks, and then we'll like blend them in after. Still very red, eh? Get some more blue happening on top. Let's clean off my brush again. Alright, and then I'm going to get some white to try to blend that out a bit. I don't want it to be so harsh. I feel like my paint, honestly, it just feels like it's dried out a little bit and it's being a little bit like tacky. It's not like feeling as smooth. Oh, so Livy, we figure it out. We'll make it work. I just added a little bit of water to it to try to soften it a wee bit. Yeah, it's like a very stormy sky. Maybe that's what I'm feeling right now. Oh, thank you, Melinda. Hi, Wendy. You should visit me. I agree, Wendy. I think it's freezing. I don't know if it's freezing yet. It's still above 0 where I'm at. But that makes sense, yeah. Hi, Debbie. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed doing the snowman painting. Did your grandkids like it? I'm sure like it. There's such a fun, cute like painting. I love doing that one. So if you do enjoy painting with me or you want to check out other painting videos, they're all free, available on my YouTube channel and under my videos tab under the Facebook page. And there's over 100 videos there. So if there's anything, lots of different types of paintings, varieties. So feel free to take a look and paint whenever you so feel up for it. Okay, I'm going to get like a thinner brush because I want to add a little bit more and I don't know what exactly. So, no, maybe I'm going to stay with a big brush actually. No, we're going to stay with a big brush. I still want to have more coverage. I feel like I need a big like floofy brush to get it to be softer. I don't have a big mop brush at the moment. Okay, forget about that. Let's just start to play a little bit. Now, apprehensive to add yellow because I don't want my sky to turn green. So I think I'm going to try and stick with some pinks. Just want to get it a little bit lighter than the red that I have up there initially. Okay. I'm just going to add a little streaks in. Okay. Now I'm going to get my white. Just add like little bits of it. I'm holding my brush really close to the bristles, so I'm feeling like I have more control that way. Okay, I'm gonna get some more blue, I think. Okay. Okay. So my plan for the new year is to have a bit more structure to my painting parties and to kind of decide where I'm going with it. Because right now, for those of you who don't know or haven't been following me for too long, this is what I just do for kind of like a hobby for fun. I started a painting party for when COVID hit, essentially. And it was mostly just for friends and family, and then it just grew. It just kept like expanding and expanding outwards. Um, and that's how this was kind of born. So I still work, like I work full time. This is like just like a hobby kind of fun thing that I can do so I can actually be creative and paint, because otherwise I never seemed to find the time to paint before. So my plan for this year coming up, we having some more structure to things and offering some more live events and having some more classes available too. And I'll also be reaching out too and finding out what kind of things you are interested in. So if you're interested, if there's something that you're looking for in a painting class or tutorial, if there's something that you just, would like to learn more about that I could help with, if you want to like leave a comment or send me a message and let me know what that would be, that'd be awesome, because I'd love to get some feedback so I can start tailoring new content to what you are interested in. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. Like when I look at it on the screen, I find it looks prettier than in real life. Oh, Nadine, you can't hear me. Yeah, I really need to get a better microphone. That will be this year as well. I'm so sorry, I need DNSX. Hi, Samina. Thank you so much. And hi, Christine. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, I think it wasn't exactly what I had thought of when I was going to do a really bright, colorful sky, but it still is a very bright, colorful sky, and there's a lot of movement to it, and I'm kind of digging it. So I think I'm going to leave it for now the way it is, and then we might go back and play with it later, but I think I'm pretty happy with it for now. And so I think the next step for me is, let's see. Okay, so I thought about putting some steps and then kind of like a rusticy fence with like some trees and stuff in the background. I just don't know. The steps kind of feel weird to me because they seem very like solid, and it seems strange that I would have a bunch of steps like that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm going to not do that just yet and just kind of put like some kind of land. I'm not sure. Okay. Regardless, let's put in some ground cover, and then we can always build off of it or change it up if we want to. So I think for down here, I think I want to do, maybe we'll try and do steps. If it looks silly, we'll change it. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm going to use more of a medium brush. This one's a size 8. So I'm going to start with that. And I think I'm going to go with like a grayish color. So I'm going to add a little bit of black. Just like a dot of black. I definitely put way too much blue on my palette. I was overexcited, I think, about painting right now. And on the computer, but can hear me now. Oh, okay. Thank you, Wendy. Yeah, so Wendy said that she had to turn up the volume on Facebook and on her computer, and she can hear me better now, which is good. Okay, cool. Thank you. I still think it's on my end, too. Like, I feel like sometimes when I hear back my videos, it's, like, weirdly fuzzy. But, you know, technology. Thanks, Mary. Oh, thanks, Beth. Hey, Lynn. I'm glad you're joining again. Nice to see your name there. Okay, cool. Yeah. It's definitely weird. I'm so much more comfortable when I paint from like a photo or when I've already put something together, obviously. Like clearly that makes it a lot more comfortable, but I didn't have time, number one, and number two, that's a good exercise to try to like let go of control and like put yourself out there, and if it turns out horribly, then oh well. If I can do it horribly on camera in front of a bunch of people, then you shouldn't feel worried about doing your own thing at home horribly. So you just have fun with it. Okay, so what I'm going to do with the gray, and I'm kind of just using gray right now just because I want to make sure I can see what's going on. So I'm going to just create kind of like some lines for some steps. So it's going to be a bit bigger and wider at the front. My white is definitely like clumpy or thicker or something. Okay, and I'm going to just make a little space and then put another line, and it's going to be a little smaller. I'll put another one here. And here. Maybe we should start making them a little thinner too, I suppose. We get further and further away. Okay, so there we go. I'm just bringing it a little bit further back than I need to. Okay. And then I'm going to make it a little bit darker in between. To make it feel more like the shadow of it, the top of the step versus the landing. Separate them out a bit too. Okay. All right, so that's a nice base for it. Okay, we're gonna add more to it too. Right now it's simple, direct. Hi, Vicky. Oh, that makes sense, Wendy. So when I'm turning around, when I turn away from it, so obviously it only picks it up when I'm directionally faced to the microphone, which is logical, but annoying. Logical, but annoying. All right. Okay. So I think I'm going to leave that for a moment as is, because we've kind of based in where we want our steps to live. There we go. I'm just wiping off my brush a bit. I think I'm going to keep using this brush. I like the way it feels. It's a nice one. It's a nice one. Okay. I want to start building off some like shrubbery and stuff on the sides. Some land that's kind of living on the sides. And then, because the fence will be put in like at the end, so I want to put like kind of a fence thing, like kind of a rickety fence of some sort. And then we'll add more details to the steps and make it look more like steps instead of just like what it looks like right now. All right, so how do we want to start with this? Well, let's think. Let us mix, maybe get some green going. So I'm just mixing my blue that's on my palette with yellow. If you have green that's pre-mixed, you can use that too. It's creating kind of like a weird kind of, I don't know, like that gray, that color, to be honest. So we'll go with it, and then we'll change it up. Okay, so I think I want to start adding some like greenery that's going to come, but I'm just going to add smooshes of it and not fret too much about how it looks again. I'm definitely not really a fan of this green color, but it'll be okay as a base. That's what I'm going to tell myself. It's okay as a base, and then we'll add some more stuff to it. Okay, I'll put some on this side too. It's very blue. So I'm just kind of smooshing it in like a circular pattern as I want the front, I want it to be a bit bigger, I guess. I didn't really do that on this side, but we can change it up as we go. Okay, just look, there's stuff happening there and there. Okay, we're gonna just build on top of that. Okay, let's put some yellow. I'll try and keep an eye on the comments as we go through, and I'll try to direct my voice this way whenever I can. So right now I'm just trying to build and cover my canvas to give me a base of kind of like foliage, greenery. I also have this one, it's emerald green from Artist Loft that I'm going to use too. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that green on. It's already a premix and it's a bit like, it's a darker but it's also a bit brighter. That was a weird thing to say. Has more pigment in it, I guess. So I'm just going to add a little. Okay, and I'll put some on this side too. And I'll kind of cover some of the steps too. All right, so we have some rolling foliage type of greenery on either side. And I use the smoosh technique. Just smooshed my brush in. You will only get the incorrect terms from me. Just putting a bit of white, I think, just to add a little bit, put a little bit more in here. I don't know. I feel like it needs a little bit of smooshy white. in here too. I think I'm gonna switch my brush up in a moment. I almost want to add some like flowers or something too. I'm not sure. Okay. I also want to put some black to add a little bit. Ooh, that's too much black. Let's add some black to the green first before I throw it on the canvas. That was a little silly. I just want to add a little bit of darkness, but that's not exactly how I wanted it to go, but I'm going to work with it. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of like a little bit of darker spots in some spots. I think that's working. Honestly, when I grabbed the black on my brush, I thought I had enough. I thought the paint was still wet enough that it would like blend in okay, but it definitely was not. But that's what I love about acrylic paint is that you can kind of fix it nicely. Like you can just let it dry and then you can just paint like over it, which is great. It's also a little annoying because it can dry too fast sometimes. And you're just like, oh, I haven't even finished painting that. I can't paint that fast to keep up with it. That part's a little annoying. Okay, I got some. Yeah, that's working. It's a good question, Stephanie. The theme is what's in my imagination. Now, I wanted it to be a really bright landscape scene, even though I'm doing it in a portrait orientation. But I wanted to have like a really bright, colorful sky, which we've established. And I wanted to have kind of like a walkway with, again, some like greenage. Again, this wasn't exactly what I had in my head initially, and it's just kind of come to life as we've been painting, and I'm good with it. I think it's looking decent. And then what I want to do is I want to have like maybe some trees in the background, and then I want to have like a fence or something, I think. And then I'm going to just make these stairs look a little bit, I'm not sure if I want to rustify them or change them a bit. We'll see. And I might want to put some flowers or whatnot. Kind of just like a staircase to like some kind of magical meadow. Okay, I think I'm not going to use that brush anymore for a little bit. And I'm going to move to use something so I can make some trees. So, which brush is calling my name today? Let's see. Let's see. Maybe this one. We'll try this. This has a nice, has a bit of an angle on it, and it's a number 2, still pretty flat. So I think I'm gonna try this one. And yeah, I think I'm gonna use black, but maybe with green, like a dark, very dark green. So I'm putting some black into the green. And I'm thinking I want some, I'm gonna put some maybe a few on this side. I like this one because it can create a really nice thin line. Okay. This is already changing kind of from what I thought, but I think I'm liking it. We're gonna go with it. So I'm just gonna go back and forth a bit with the same color, so like the really dark green. I think I'm just gonna start. Ooh, that looks a little bit silly. That's okay. I'm gonna make this one a little bit taller because it got a little bit funky there. Okay. Okay. Let's do a little bit on this side, then I'll go back. I'm just going back and forth and just kind of dragging it down and making it a little bit wider at the bottom to make them look and feel like pine trees, I guess. Okay. And the further they are, I'm not going to see as much detail on them. I don't know if I want to add more or not. All right, got some trees. Hi, Anna. Oh, that's awesome. Should you be oil paint scares me so much. I'm someone who plays it safe, and I started with acrylics, and I have stayed with acrylics. I'm so terrified of like trying new things. It's ridiculous. Oil paint, I think, looks so cool. Like I love the final product so much. But the process of how long it can take to dry like terrifies me. I feel like that would make me so impatient. Um, but yeah, I definitely feel like acrylic is much easier. And watercolor is so cool. I discovered, I forgot the tech, what, I don't know exactly what the technique was called, but I discovered this artist today who's doing these poured watercolor prints. And they use some kind of like mask on parts of their image to keep the paper like white essentially, and then they like do this pouring technique on other parts and they peel everything away and it looks incredible. Such cool ideas. People are so creative. I love it. Okay, so we have some trees, we have some land, we have these like weird steps because why would these steps like this exist in this wilderness? Kind of unsettling. The moment. A little weird. Okay. Um, yeah, I think I want to add a few more like little lines, I think, to kind of make this forest line a bit more like maybe some just chop it up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's a little better. Gonna mess them up a little bit. Oh, it's like fully raining right now. What wacky weather we've been having lately, though. It's been so strange. So warm in comparison to normal times this year. Okay, so I think what I'd like to do is I think I'm going to stop that for a moment. I don't know if I'm going to end up putting that fence in as I had thought initially, because it just doesn't really, none of it makes sense, but that's okay. Okay, I want to go back to the steps, and we are going to add some details to it, I think. Put some white on top. Just adding a little bit of my pretty much dried up white to the sides here. I think I need a bit of a thinner brush. I'm just putting gray on the one side of the step here. Okay. Now I'm just thinking whether I want to make these more defined or not. I think I am going to go with it. I'm going to make this a very weird I don't think I do actually want to make it very defined now that I did a little bit and then I was like, no, I don't think I want to do that. Okay. I'm going to keep it kind of as is. Putting a little bit of defining the black a little bit more. Okay. You know what? I'm good with that for now. For now. Okay, but I do want to add some more. I'm going to get a little bit more like shadows. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's better, I think. A little bit more darkness. Okay, I think I want to do what else with it? Let's see. Yeah, definitely change this for my initial concept. I like it. Okay. Um, yeah, it is gray on the steps. Yes, Lynn, it is. And I just used some like dark, basically like dark green black, just almost to give it a bit of a shadow on this side, as if like some of the foliage is kind of draping on top of it. Um, okay. I think I want to. Ooh, okay. Just gonna put a little bit of lighter. I'm just trying to get a bit of like a texture on the end of my brush. Okay, and I want to add, I think, a bit of color onto here. I think I want to put some, I don't know, like a little patch of flowers or something that's growing. I think so. And if I don't like it, we can always change it. That's the great thing about it. So I'm just going to get like a pinky color. I wonder if I just want to have like a little like, maybe just like a little bit. Or if I want to be a bit more specific with it, maybe. I think what I'm going to do is my thin brush. I'm going to put a few little lines. And then I'll put like little dots. It's like little leaves or little petals. Okay, and then let's get some pink. No, maybe some red actually. That's cute. I'm just add a little bit of green little shoots in the front. Let's put some little petals, flowers living here. Little flowers in the foreground. And maybe there's some in the back that we just can't really see. There's like little dots, little hints of little flowers that are growing. Like wildflowers. Okay, I think I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I don't know about that big pink one anymore. I'm not sure. But I do want to have some like stems kind of coming from here. Ooh, it's really coming down now. The rain is just sounds so nice though. It's just so weird to have rain this time of year. Okay, and then we put little petals in white. And I'm just doing like 3 little swooshes with the brush. Okay, I'm gonna do some pink ones too, I think. And I'm not really worrying if they're all attaching to stems or not. I'm just kind of putting these in anywhere my heart desires. That's cute. It's like very like summer or spring like. Oh, awesome, Anna. Yeah, I definitely like to check that out. Hey, Heather. Thank you so much. Yeah, so kind of fun. I think it's kind of turned into like a spring meadow kind of vibe. I'm gonna put like little hints of flowers growing yonder. Little bits, a little bit of background. Yeah, like little knobs there and there. Okay, cute, cute. All right, what else shall we do with this? What do we think? I do like the sky. Like I kind of want to put something more, but at the same time, I really like the way it flows. I don't really want to add any more to it, I don't think. To the sky, anyways. I think there's still more to do kind of where these trees are because they're kind of like floating weirdly. So I think I need to do something with that. Yes, that is what I'm going to do. Okay, let's get some started off with some green and just let's create a bit of a barrier. The trees, you don't see the bottoms of the trees. Okay, that's a little better, I think. They're like in the background. We don't know where their roots are. Yes, much better. They are not floating randomly in space. They are firmly rooted somewhere behind this blob. Yes, that's a little better. I do like that a bit more. It's a bit much. You looked a little bit like wonky. Oh, well, that's covering. I didn't think I wanted to do that, but I did. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Ooh, that's a good idea. Anna says, how about a gazebo at the top of the stairs? That's true, or like a little like archway or some kind of like you're going somewhere, like it's like an entrance. Ooh, I kind of like that idea. All right, let's play with that idea. Let's do. Okay, gonna go with. I think I'm gonna stick with grayish because I might make it like almost like. Do I want it to be? Yeah, let's just go with it. I'm gonna build it as if I'm building like stones. And then I just kind of go up. Definitely want it to be a bit higher than that. Let's keep going. And then I want it to come up this way. It looks a little hairy. There we go. I'm just smoothing out some of my ends that look a little bit frayed. It's gonna be a little entranceway. So not really a gazebo, but an entranceway. That's cute. And I just need to add some more color because right now it's just the solid gray. So I want to make it look almost like I said, like bricks. So as you wouldn't see the, just want to add some black. Not really bricks, like stones, I guess. That's what I meant to say. Now as I'm doing this, I'm like, no, I think I kind of want it to have like greenery wrapped around. You know what? I'm changing that. Okay. Let's get some, I'm just gonna change this and instead just have it like back to like an arc. Yeah, that's fine. Well, okay. All right. So just gonna put like almost like a green crisscross around this. Okay. And then I'm just gonna add little dots of this very dark. A little like needs to dry a bit before I can do more of that. So I'm still gonna go after and put a bit more. There you go. It has like a little vine with a bunch of little flowers. Yeah, we're thinking the same way. It's definitely not a trellis, but it makes it look like it. That's the vibe. Oh, cool, Debbie. That's awesome. Yeah, it definitely would make sense that the steps would be like more rustic and wood, but we're gonna just go with my imaginary solid steps that are living in this world. Yeah, that's working. I think I'm good with it. I don't know if I want to do any more to it, to be honest. I think I'm pretty happy with the way this is looking. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it complete for tonight. Just move this over a bit so I can see you. There we go. So yeah, so I think that is done for today. So thank you so much for joining me on our monthly free paint party nights. If yeah, like I said, if you've enjoyed it, you can take a look and see the other videos that I have on the Facebook page or also on my YouTube channel. All the videos are free, so you could take a look and see what you like and paint along whenever you like. If you did paint along with me for this one, please take a picture of what you painted and share it with the group. I'll take a picture of this and put it in a separate post for today as well. So it'll be there too for reference. And next month, so I haven't put up the events yet for this year, but the first Wednesday of each month at 6:30, I will be doing a live event for free right here on Facebook. There might be some other events that might be coming up, like I had mentioned earlier, and also there'll be some other things to look forward to with Lisa's painting parties as we move into 2023. So thank you so much, and have a fantastic evening, and cheers to a wonderful start to the year. Thanks so much for joining me, everyone. Bye.